Yo, peace was good. You guys read the title. You guys know what I want to talk about. Um, my thoughts on Jay Z's new album, Magna Carta. You guys should know who Jay Z is. Everybody and their mamas know who Jay Z is. Stuff like that. Um, the reason I brought this up is because a lot of people wanted to know, like my friends personally, they wanted to know my thoughts on the album. And I wrote a status on my Facebooks. I wrote a status on my Facebook, and that was like my overview. And I thought I'd just throw like my video version of that, of that overview. You know what I mean? So my thoughts on the album, I thought it was pretty decent. I like it. I like it better than Blueprint 3, and I like it better than the Black Album. Yes, I said the Black Album. I did not like the Black Album. I will do a review on the Black Album eventually, but that's near here to say. But yeah, I like it a lot. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's not. I wouldn't go out and buy it like, like, oh my god, like I have to go buy this album. It's not that good like that in my opinion. But I feel like it's decent. It's a little step up, compared to Blueprint 3, because Blueprint 3 was kind of meh in my opinion. I only like three songs, which was the first song, Thank You, and on to the next one was Swiss Beats. I like that song. That was pretty dope. But yeah, Jay Z, I put my cousin onto the album, and she was telling me like the album is a little bit different from Jay. It's a little bit more classy than his other shit. You know what I mean? And I can see why she said that. By the production, the versatility of the album, stuff like that. Um, little how the album, a little history of how the album started. After Blueprint 3, there was talks of him coming out with another album, and it was supposed to come out, I think, believe in the spring of 2011, which was like 2 years ago. But it never came out. He kept pushing it back. Fast forward to 2013, this year in April of 2013, he had released a song called "Open Letter," which is actually the the bonus track of the album. And he was saying, and in that song, he was kind of like addressing the critics about how the critics was talking shit about Jay and Beyonce, about how they spent their fifth anniversary in Cuba, because like Cuba and America and the United States don't get along, with especially with Fidel Castro, the whole Bay of Pigs and all that shit. You guys, I'm not gonna get to the whole history lesson on that, but go look that up. But anyways, because of that, and shit like that, that caused a lot of controversy. So he's kind of like telling like, yo, just chill, it's not even that serious, blah blah blah. Anyways, that's why I got off the song. That was the first song off the album. And then fast forward to July 4th, which was 6 years ago. I mean 6 days. I'm sorry, 6 days ago. Excuse me. Because it's July 10th. He had released it free online. But only if you was like a Samsung. If you had like a Samsung Android smartphone, you get download for free. And that caused a lot of spark, a lot of talk and stuff like that. And there was talks of him the album becoming platinum in a matter of days and stuff like that. He had like a dope a dope trailer of the album. You just see them, it's black and white. You see like Timbaland, Pharrell, and all those cats, Rick Rubin, and like in the studio room, just talking, just collaborating, then playing beats for Jay Z and stuff like that. I'll post a link down in the description box. If I do find it, I'll post it down. Everybody saw it, but I'll post it down just for the sake of the video. And that caused a lot of talk, because anything Jay Z puts out, people gonna fly. They're gonna love it regardless, especially a lot of Jay Z fans. You know what I mean? But yeah, and then like in July 8th, which was 2 days ago, he had released it, the physical copy, like CD or whatever, right, in stores. So I downloaded the album, so I'll give you guys my overview thoughts. All right, the album, I feel like it was decent in my opinion. I like it better than Blueprint 3 and the Black Album, because a lot of people love the Black Album. I don't care for the album, for that album. Reasonably because of the production. I feel like the production on those two albums that I mentioned were kind of meh in my opinion, and I felt like Jay Z in recent years like his lyrics were kind of like lazy. I don't know. It's just like I feel like shout out to my nigga Beezy from Dead End Hip Hop. He made the dope analogy. Jay Z's like right now is Michael Jordan of when he was with the Wizards. You know what I mean? He's Michael Jordan, but he still doesn't. He doesn't have like that spark like he used to when he was with the Chicago Bulls. And that was a perfect analogy because people look at Jay Z as a god. You know what I mean? And same thing with Michael Jordan, the god of basketball. And yeah, and I do agree with that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, he's been kind of lazy lately with the lyrics. He's not really. It like some of them sound complex, but they're really not when you break them down. It wasn't like back in the day, like back on like the Reasonable Doubt or Hard Knock Life or even Dynasty or the Blueprint album. That's just my opinion. The songs I do like from the Holy Grail album are I have to look at the track listing. Tom Ford, Oceans with Frank Ocean, that was pretty dope. I could see that being a single. Somewhere in America, Heaven, and Nickels and Dimes. Those are my favorite songs of the album. The rest of the songs of the album, I thought were okay. They were decent at best. The Holy Grail song with Justin Timberlake was a dope way of starting the album. It pretty much sets the tone of the album. I do kind of feel like some of the songs, like the songs where Rick Ross, "Fuck with Me," I got it. I don't know, man. I felt like that song could have been. I could have done without that song because it's just like Jay Z trying to go with the flow. I guess with the trap, that whole trap music shit that's going on right now. I don't know. I could have done without it. I was just not used to Jay Z doing that. You know what I mean? But I guess with Jay Z, he's an MC that you have to, in the position that he is in, you kind of have to do what everybody wants. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, he's in a position that he could make any type of music he wants, and people will, flock to that shit like flies on shit. Let's keep it funky. Another song I could have done without is BBC with Nas, Pharrell Williams of Neptunes. I feel like that song didn't fit the album. I feel like that song, it felt like something that should have been on a Neptunes album or Pharrell's solo album, in my opinion. And same thing with the song Part 2 on the Run with Beyonce, in my opinion. Could have done without that song too. Felt more appropriate on a Destiny's Child's album or Beyonce solo album, in my opinion. That's just me. It's just those two songs I felt like didn't fit the album. Three. Some of the songs had like that techno sound to it. That's not really my style, but I guess that's the sign of the times. That's what's popping right now. So, like I said, somebody like Jay Z would have to, I guess, adapt to that because the position that he's in right now. But like I said, it's a decent album at best. It's not his best album. It's not classic material. That's just my opinion. I usually don't rate albums, but I give it maybe like a 6.5, 7 out of 10 at best. And that's just me being nice, because me personally, I'm very critical of Jay Z. You know what I mean? Because I know Jay Z could do a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, don't expect Reasonable Doubt. He's never gonna go back to that style. First of all, he's not 27 years old no more. He's 40 something. Or 44 or some shit like that, 43, how old he is. That's naysay or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. But and that's another thing too. I've noticed a lot of people talk shit about Reasonable Doubt. A lot of people like the album, but a lot of people don't care for it because people are saying, oh, Reasonable Doubt, it's too complex and it wasn't made for me. Let me explain something to you. You have to understand, not everything is going to be made for people. You can't please everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people have to understand. Jay-Z, when he first came out, he was kind of like, because I've watched interviews about him saying like, yo, I'm not for the whole radio play or whatever. I'm not for that whole MTV commercial sound or whatever. He's giving you that raw. That was his mindset at the time. You understand? But he's an MC that has evolved. I think he said if you want me to make if you want another Reasonable Doubt, you have to listen to his old albums. And Jay-Z doesn't live in the hood no more. He doesn't deal drugs anymore. So for him to make an album like that would be kind of fake. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't live in the hood no more. You know, he lives in Tribeca, you know, and stuff like that. He's living large right now. You know, he's fucking friends with President Obama, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean? It's good to see Timbaland back. Good to see him back doing beats again, because Timbaland is definitely a dope producer. Kind of underrated in my opinion. But a very dope producer. But like I said, I feel like it's a decent album. It's a little step up compared to his recent albums. Like, I didn't care for Blueprint 2. I didn't like the Black album. Didn't care for Kingdom Come. American Gangster was decent. It was more of a concept album, in my opinion. Excuse me. Yeah. It was more of a concept album. A lot of people was saying, like, you know, they was trying to compare it to, like, Reasonable Doubt. I can see why with the whole drug talk, but I didn't really get that with that album. I just felt more like a concept album. I didn't really get that Reasonable Doubt vibe, you know what I mean? But then that's it, man. That's how I feel about the album. I feel like it's decent. It's definitely not his best. Yeah, stay tuned for more reviews, and that's it. Peace.